Okay, folks, just got something to eat here in Ensenada at the stuffed papa place. A loaded potato with everything in it, vegetarian. They got great meats too, but I like veggie. Okay, right over here and across from the marina on the main drag going through town. Mr. Pampas is just down the street from the Parrilla, the archetta. Archetta is kind of a meat, sauteed meat, soft, really rico, very good. But I get the potato, stuffed potato, veggie style. Okay, there's La Bufadora, south of town, south of Ensenada. I love it. All right. This is on the south side of downtown now, as we're leaving Ensenada. Okay, I got food, water, gasoline, everything I need to survive for a few days or even a weeks. So here's the military base, south side of Ensenada Bay. Okay. I want to just show you the beach over here. Ensenada Beach is not that pretty. As a matter of fact, Ensenada Bay is kind of a man-made bay. If it wasn't for the rock barrier that they built, there wouldn't be much of a bay at all. So it's nothing like San Diego Bay. But anyway, they got everything over here for tourists, the horse rides and everything. Okay. The beach is at the end, the east end of a long, huge bay, okay? See, wow, that truck is really hauling butt to get somewhere in a hurry on a Sunday afternoon. A lot of tourists and kids around. Okay, so All Saints Bay is huge. It's like a huge bay that everything blows east over here, from west to east. So it blows all the crap that flows out of Ensenada, the little harbor of Ensenada, into the bay, and then it blows it over here on this beach. Okay, I mean pollution, sewer, everything ends up over here on this beach. It even kind of stinks over here. So I'm not impressed. See, Ensenada. I'm not that impressed with Ensenada Beach. Okay, it's usually a lot of cold wind coming in, and said the smell and the pollution ends up over here. Not impressed. The beaches of Rosarito are far more beautiful and cleaner. See? It's getting built up over here little by little. Little by little. Okay, so we're working our way down south here along the beach of Ensenada, and then we'll be headed out of town on Highway 101. And we've got to go, if the mile marker, the kilometer markers are correct, it must go from the border to Ensenada, and then it must start over from Ensenada to San Quintin. That's the only thing I can figure out. Ensenada's probably around kilometer marker 100 or something like that. Okay, and then it starts over, and then San Quintin would be kilometer marker 200. So we'll check it out here in a minute. Okay, this is about all there is to see of the beach of Ensenada, and then we start heading inland through the mountains, and it gets pretty boring until you get I don't really think we get another glimpse of the ocean until we do get to near San Quintin or on the other side of San Quintin. So we'll check it out here. This is OXXO right on the beach. Nice, pretty nice. When you have an OXXO, you can buy a 6-pack of beer and sit on the beach, which most people do. All right, we're going to head inland to the foothills and go south of Ensenada through all the little villages and pueblos. Okay, Old Diego, over and out for now. Okay, folks, taking a little lunch break here, just south of downtown Ensenada. Stopped at the stuffed potato place. Got a loaded potato, loaded with everything: beans, chicken, cilantro. Salsa, veggies, onions, grilled onions. No meal is complete without the chili. Okay. Taking a little break. The other day, Beto and Mama and myself stopped at this little burger place. Got a torta sandwich. Okay, the beach is just down the road here, but we're headed south. We're going to be heading out of town a little bit here. Okay. Just had to show you this stuffed potato. A lot of good stuff here. I'm taking it easy on the meat these days. Okay. Jesus and Mary, watch over us. Watch over me and our families. Mickey Mouse. U.S. and Mexico Mickey. Okay. Got some heavy driving to do this afternoon. About 3 or 4 hours before we get to San Quintin. Okay, Old Diego, over and out for now. Okay, folks, Old Diego here. Just 10 miles south of Ensenada. And look at that. The green fields starting. Okay, the Ensenada River Valley. All right, but this is nothing compared to San Quintin. So this starts the growing area in the basins just south of Ensenada, up until you get into the mountains over here. It's not a big area, but they can sure grow a lot of greens. Okay, this is probably the fields that feed Ensenada and Tijuana the most. There isn't any military checkpoints between here and Tijuana. The first checkpoint is like 10-15 miles south of here, south of Ensenada. So that might be a checkpoint where they stop the veggies, a truckload of veggies coming in from San Quintin Valley. If they haven't got all their paperwork and all their fees paid, they're probably not going to get past that checkpoint over there. Okay, up here is just a local law enforcement checkpoint, traffic control on a Sunday afternoon in South Ensenada Valley, Old Diego. Okay, folks, we're getting the heck out of Dodge on the south end of Ensenada. Probably about 10 miles out of town. Okay, this is getting on the edge of town over here. See how it's getting more sparser and dirtier. The paved streets are starting to end. The dirt along the business route. Okay, this is Highway 101 right here, or Highway 1. leaving Ensenada down to Cabo. Guess you can take this all the way to Cabo, Route 1. I haven't seen a kilometer marker yet. That's what I'm kind of looking for, because San Quintin is just about 200 kilometer meter marker, 200. So that's less than 200 miles, but okay, this is where we're at right now. Just on the, we're just leaving the south side of town, okay, where the dogs take over and people are getting less and less and less. Okay, dirt roads, right up here. You can really see the big difference between the end of town and the start of the country. There, up in the foothills, the houses are getting looking a little bit more shoddy and pobre, with a few big nice houses in between. So you got the rich and the poor. Okay. People buying their phone minutes for their phones. Everybody's got to have phones out over here. A lone vegetable guy selling his watermelon. I don't know. I don't think they grow pineapples, but they always seem to have pineapples. So yeah, I don't know where the pineapples come from. They look like they're shipped in from Hawaii. See the little secondhand shops, the little Marisco stands. You can get really good food for cheap at these little stands, roadside stands. San Quintin's even cheaper because it's further away, more pobre. There's a load of corn. Okay, the corn I think comes from Sinaloa. Okay, maybe some down here. Maybe there's some cornfields in San Quintin. I've seen big cornfields over as you're leaving Sonora into Sinaloa, getting closer and closer to Culiacan, Los Mochis, Culiacan, and Mazatlan. That's Sinaloa. So, just wanted to show you the transition here, folks. The last of the businesses right here. Okay, going south of Ensenada. Haven't seen a kilometer marker yet, but we'll find out shortly if Ensenada starts a new kilometer marker from 0 to wherever. Okay, I don't quite understand the kilometer markers, because I know the U.S. border is 0 and Ensenada is like 100 kilometer, 100 or so. A little bit more than 100, I believe. Okay. Sound of the tire shop going off. The sound of the air hose, the ratchet machine. So I told you my tires are pretty bad, but I'm not too worried because there's like a tire shop every little village has 2 or 3 tire shops, llanterias everywhere, you know. That must be one of their favorite little businesses. That and secondhand stores. There's firewood. That's because there's a lot of camping in these hills and the beaches down here. People want their firewood for camping. Okay. A lot of junk auto parts everywhere, which is good for used auto parts. I've never had a problem with them fixing my vehicles down here. I love the Mexican way of fixing things. They borrow from Peter to pay Paul, but it works. And they do it pretty cheap too. They know the shortcuts and the substitutes. Okay, so kind of the last stop sign leaving Ensenada. We're like 10, 12 miles south of Ensenada. The last stop sign, traffic control. And now it's just tourists coming home after a long weekend, and locals and myself going south for other adventures. And there's an agricultural school right there, preparing for agriculture. See, it's all starting to turn agriculture here south of Ensenada. The greenhouses, okay, the tractors for sale, the water, rain for sale. See, that's the agricultural services right there. Okay, so they must be dealing with a lot of the food industry out here. I think this part of Mexico is really a big food producer, and San Quintin is even more. So right here, it's totally turned into country. Right here, fields, animals, the last of the junkyards, and then it's just a 2-lane highway. Highway 1 going south to Cabo San Lucas, 1,000 miles away. That's why it's called the Baja 1000. And a lot of dune buggies coming north. So they must have had a big dune buggy event down here. Okay, so let's see if we can get one more kilometer marker on video, and then I'll go back to two-handed driving, because it's a windy road through the mountains. Okay, give me a kilometer marker and I'll be happy. Okay, land for sale, folks. Land for sale. If you can trust who's ever selling it, and the title insurance company in Mexico, it might be a good deal. But for me, I'd rather rent and be mobile. Everything I own in my pickup and my bank account. Okay, my U.S. bank account. That way they can't touch it. So here we are at about 15 miles south of Ensenada, and it's all rural now, folks. Look at these green hills from the recent rains. It's very, very green. I love it. And then right here, look, starts the olive trees. So you got fruit trees and agriculture and animal husbandry going on right outside of Ensenada. It's like a little green belt. The ocean is like 10 miles over to the west, to the right there. Look at these. I can't figure out. There's something on these trees, like pears, apples. Yeah, definitely fruit trees right here. Pears or apples. Okay, we're coming up to another little village, San Vincent, something like that, I believe. First pueblo south of Ensenada, unless they call the other area by another name south of Ensenada. They probably have another names for that area. Okay, here's my kilometer marker, 29, all right? So we're almost 30 kilometers out of Ensenada, and here's San Vicente, I believe. And there's also wineries down here too. So you got some camping with family places. That one went broke, it looks like. But starting to have some camping places. There's cows being raised in a pen, milk cows. Lots for sale. So there's actually a lot going on. If I was a young man, I would be maybe interested in buying a place and building it up. Okay. First village south of Ensenada. 30 kilometers. The fields starting to, it's all agriculture now. Freshly plowed area. Okay, here's a sign. What are we looking for? Right there. We got Santo Tomas, 20 kilometers. Colonet, San Quintin, 166 kilometers. So there you have it, folks. Just over 100 miles away. And this is pretty much example of what I've seen. Just little villages on hillsides and fields. And the ocean is pretty far over that way, 10, 15 miles or so, maybe more. All right, folks, this is still the route de Vino. Up here it says, welcome to the old wine route, the old vineyard. Greenhouses. Okay. Welcome to the old Ruta del Vino. So this is the old vineyard route before the new one up there, the Guadalupe Valley. All right, we've actually taken the kids here camping before. This is Los Cañadas campground. Very, very nice. Las Cañadas camping RV park. All right, very nice. I can highly recommend this place. Lots to do for the family. Me and Nora actually hiked to the top of that mountain over there a few years back when we were able to walk. Swimming pools, camping. It's great for the kids over here. This is one of the best ones, I would say. Okay. Rural, but yet close to town. We were camping here and we ran into Ensenada, south side there, to get groceries one time, I remember. Okay, look at the palm trees. Tells you it's tropical. It's a tropical area. There's the little camping huts, the cabins. You can camp in tents or huts or whatever. Little lakes, fishing, horseback riding. You got it all here, folks. It's little paradise as far as I'm concerned. All right, 2 hands on the road as we're starting up into the mountains.